exclusive in-game rewards for investments ranging from $1,000 to $25,000, and that for an alpha? We take a detailed look at it. In this guide, we will examine the complete concierge system for Star Citizen, from High Admiral to Legatus Navium. All levels, all rewards, and what you get for them. One thing is for sure, few games offer the opportunity to spend so much money as Star Citizen. The entry into the Chairman's Club starts with a minimum investment of $1,000. And one thing in advance, this program is completely optional and does not provide any real gameplay advantage. But we can invest up to $25,000 and more. And at the latest level, at Legatus Navium, you reach the last rewards. And yes, for sure, it is completely crazy for a computer game that is still in alpha and has been for over 10 years to spend so much money. Therefore, I cannot recommend this to anyone. Nevertheless, we will take a close look at what to expect and how you reach the different levels. Because as soon as you have spent over $1,000 in the game, you will enter the Chairman's Club, stylishly with a real digital certificate. Additionally, a new category will appear in your account settings, where you will have access to an exclusive shop, among other things, where you can spend much more money and access exclusive Chairman Club offers, often receiving a free paint for new ships or special paints for existing ships. And there are also some specials for physical merchandise, which will only be available through the Chairman's Club. More interesting is a dedicated support service, the Concierge service. Here you have a contact person who prefers and responds faster to you possible tickets or support requests. But there are no significant differences except in processing time compared to the normal support. Therefore, special requests are usually not fulfilled on any tasks performed by support that the regular support would also handle. But there are still the different levels with various perks, so we start with the first level, namely the High Admiral. This is the first entry level, and you will receive not only a Radagast whiskey from 2947, but also additional perks here, which you can already use in the game. This includes the epitome of the Chairman's Club, the stylish Jacopo top hat, as well as a monocle, which you can equip on your character in-game. But this reward has been around for several years, and an upgrade with, for example, a physical chain on the monocle would be absolutely necessary. And with that, you belong to one of the most exclusive clubs in Star Citizen. Congratulations! Additionally, you will receive an executive edition of the Arclight 2 laser pistol, which is the classic starter pistol that every player receives at the start of the game, just in a gold version. There are no gameplay differences here either, so it definitely isn't worth it to invest $1,000 in the game to gain access to a pistol that is already available to everyone and a top hat with a monocle. But let's move on to the second level, namely the Grand Admiral. You reach this level as soon as you invest $2,500 in Star Citizen, no matter how. And here too, it is of course the value in US dollars. And as a reward, in this case, we are offered with the K&W Arrowhead Sniper Rifle, also in the Executive Edition. And here too, the Executive version offers no gameplay differences compared to the Arrowhead Sniper Rifles available in the game. The difference is only the skin that is in exclusive gold look. It's exclusively available for Concierge members. But Concierge or Chairman Club members not only have the pistol but also the sniper rifle additionally in their hangar, thus having more in-game items. But the second level of the Grand Admiral does not offer any further rewards besides the sniper rifle. With level 3, the Space Marshal, with a revenue of a whopping $5,000 US, we have access to the complete RSI Venture Explorer suit in the Executive Edition. So a classic and also somewhat outdated spacesuit from RSI, which comes in various colors and variants that can be looted or purchased directly in the verse, just in a complete gold variant. And here, the gold look is definitely impressive. Not only do we receive an undersuit, but also leg armor, chest armor, arms and a corresponding helmet. And with that, you can show that you already spent $5,000 into Star Citizen. And with the previous rewards of the Arclight pistol and the Arrowhead sniper rifle, you will then have a complete gold outfit. Unfortunately, without a backpack. That wasn't available at the time. But let's move on to the first truly noteworthy level, namely level 4, the Wing Commander. Because here you gain access to the Anvil Aerospace F8C Lightning plus a Shockwave paint, which is also exclusively for Chairman's Club members. And this is a ship that costs nearly $300, which you receive for free at a reward level in your hangar. Although free isn't entirely accurate, we need to spend $10,000 to get this ship for free in our hangar. This heavy fighter in the F8C, that is the civilian variant, represents one of the most interesting heavy fighters currently in the game. Additionally, it has been announced multiple times that we will later have the opportunity to earn an F8A, so the military and significantly more powerful variant in the game, or to enable an upgrade through corresponding reputation systems. And with that, we come to level 5, the Praetorian level for $15,000 in revenue. And here we receive an additional F8C Lightning in the Executive Edition, that is in a special paint job. And in addition to an Apocalypse Arms Havoc Scattergun Shark Mount Edition, also 2 size 1 scatterguns, which we can use in the game. But this doesn't really make sense for this ship. The F8C Lightning differs from the Wing Commander level to the Praetorian level only in the corresponding skin, also in black and gold, as well as the interior with black and gold applications. The ship itself remains the same, only the supplied components may differ here, but are rather negligible in gameplay. For $15,000 we have already received the second F8C, also worth nearly $300 in our hangar. But contrary to long-standing informations, all players had the opportunity to secure an F8C Lightning outside of the Concierge system, especially through a gold ticket event that took place in 2024. Here, players could loot a golden ticket in the game, which wasn't really difficult, and then secure an F8C Lightning in the shop for lifetime insurance or 10 years insurance for around $300. And of course, it was also possible for Concierge members to additionally acquire the third F8C Lightning in their hangar. So no exclusive ship anymore. And here, the different F8C variants do not differ. Only a later upgrade for a potential F8A, as announced, has some differences in terms of firepower and performance of this ship. And for players who absolutely want to own an F8C, it is no longer necessary to do so due to the Concierge system, as the Golden Ticket event is presumably going to return. But we will see. And that's certainly not all for the Praetorian level for $15,000. No, we also received 2 scatterguns in their Shark Mount edition from Havoc Arms. Although these are weapons for size 1, meaning for every starter ship. If you now want to use these on an F8C, you will lose some firepower. And at the latest at this point, it might be worth considering an upgrade of the Concierge levels to the current status of the game. But here is nothing announced. But let's move on to the currently final level, namely the Legatus Navium for a revenue of $25,000. This level presents the current maximum, with the possibility of significant upward potential in the event of a rework for the Chairman's Club or the Concierge levels. As the current maximum reward, we receive an Origin 600i in the Executive Edition. And this 600i differs only in the exterior with an exclusive paint job, again in black and gold. And it looks really badass. The rest of the ship refers to the current 600i Exploration variant in the interior without specials or details. But it already has been noted that changes will also occur as part of a 600i rework, which was announced several years ago and has no shown signs of life so far. Because with the rework, there are supposed to be 3 different variants. First, the 600i Touring, the 600i Exploration variant, which will receive a massive upgrade with the map bay and so on, as well as the purely specialized version for the Executive Edition, which is supposed to reflect luxury and of course the maximum as Legatus Navium. But no date or outlook has been mentioned here, when this implementation or the whole rework of the Origin 600 series will be completed or even started. So we have to wait to see some new additions or rework of the 600i series. But these were not all the rewards, because depending on when your account reached the Concierge status, that is the Chairman's Club, there were additional rewards for your account up to a current reward. This includes a free copy of Squadron 42, where basically every Concierge member automatically receives a game package. This means you do not need an additional game package in your account to play Star Citizen. But Squadron 42 has only available at the time being. So, if new accounts currently or in the future reach the Concierge level or the Chairman's Club, they will no longer receive the following rewards. This means no more free copy for Squadron 42, but only a complete Star Citizen digital download, which means access to the persistent universe. Older Concierge players or Chairman Club members have already received a free digital copy of the upcoming single-player expansion Squadron 42 in the past, which is expected to be released in 2026. For a standalone version, we are looking at a price range of about $50 to $60 for a Squadron 42 license. For players who have reached a Concierge account by March 2025, they have received a free painting for the game, especially of an older version of a Constellation series. And this refers to an original existing painting from Chris Roberts' office. And for current Concierge members, there was the Artimex Concierge Executive Edition armor, which is significantly more attractive than the, again, $5,000 tier of the RSI Adventure armor. And for the sake of completeness, there are also the option as a Concierge member to download and use your own Star Citizen soundtrack, as well as to download a corresponding certificate as a PDF for each tier. Additionally, there are opportunities at various events and promotions for higher tier Concierge or Chairman Club levels to access tickets for CitizenCon earlier or other in-game perks, such as participation in testing programs. For example, members of the Legatus Navium status, which is the highest tier, have the opportunity to take a look at the game during the first wave of a test version. In conclusion, it should be noted that any investment in Star Citizen, even amounts of a crazy $25,000 and more, should really serve to support the game and accelerate its completion. Because very few rewards have a real gameplay benefit, and most of them are no longer exclusive. Because with the end of the Concierge exclusive F8C Lightning, there is nothing left that you cannot also achieve elsewhere in the game, by meaning of ships. But what do you think of the Concierge system? Can you understand why players sometimes invest huge sums into an alpha game? Share your opinion in the comments or visit us in our Discord or in our daily Twitch live streams. I say goodbye until next time, thanks for watching and see you in the verse. Goodbye.